Her Royal Highness Her Majesty.
Being a mother man is a trap, it's a scam.
Watch The Mommy Club, due date 27 June, only on Showmax.
On 947, this is Eyewitness News.
Good evening, I'm Lerato Hufela. Police have confirmed that one of the attorneys representing murder and rape convict Thabo Bester is facing charges of attempted rape and assault. The case against the 27-year-old lawyer, who cannot be identified until he pleads, was opened at Banesvlei Police Station in Bloemfontein in March. Oren Singh has the story.
According to a statement made to police by the victim, she arrived at the home of the attorney on March 8th, just before 5 p.m. Police spokesperson Thabo Kovane.
The victim alleges that they had a conversation before the suspect dragged her to the bedroom and forcefully attempted to undress her. The victim further alleges that the suspect assaulted her. She managed to escape and left her shoes behind.
The suspect was arrested on the 25th of March at his home and made his first appearance in the Bloemfontein Magistrate Court 2 days later. He is expected back in court next week. Oren Singh, Eyewitness News.
The Joburg Roads Agency has confirmed its CEO, Tshepo Mahanuke, will be dismissed after he was suspended for allegedly presenting fake academic qualifications. Mahanuke was suspended by the board in November last year while it conducted an internal investigation into the allegations. And the latest crime stats have revealed an alarming hike in the number of murders and attempted murder cases on children in Gauteng. The province has recorded a 2% hike in overall crimes between January and March this year compared to the same period last year. However, 618 more contact crimes were recorded during this period, with the Roodepoort police station capturing the largest increase of 58.4%. On the weather front, Gauteng will be fine tomorrow, Joburg dropping to an overnight low of 1 degree, reaching a high of 18. Pretoria 6 and 21, Vereniging a cold 0 and 17. Lerato Hufela, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za.
God bless you, Mr. B. So many great memories.
Tinkler came off Lewis. They've done it.
So many great stories.
Can you imagine you given a task 2 minutes before kickoff to say, take us to France?
So many great players.
It's been a wonderful, wonderful side. Doctor and Shoes, and of course Neil Tovey and Lucas Radevi, Philemon Masinga, and they've all got little stories in there of exactly what happened.
Thank you, sir. May you travel as magnificently as you lived.
I always thought that we had a style about the way we play.
Tribute from #MSW on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live.
Former Santos leader, captain, Amazulu defender, Edris Burton. Good evening, sir. I don't even know where your journey begins with somebody like Clive. Now that father figure, Idris, is gone.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I think, when I heard the news, it felt like the same time, the same feeling when I lost my parents. So that's the kind of impact, kind of effect that it had on my life. There was just a special moment where we were in one of our trips to Australia. We were at supper, and there happened to be a bar that was upstairs from the restaurant. Let's just go upstairs and let's just sit around and have a chat. And we sat around the corner, and then one by one, we all heard the meal, and they all happened to come downstairs, and virtually the whole team was there. He said, you see, Steve Crowley is the only one that was a true professional. And as the words were coming out of his mouth, Steve was the last to walk into.
I think that boss story made Mark Williams very thirsty.
I think Fish was the first. He was next.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
On your favorite radio station, this is 947. It is Marawa Sports Worldwide. Welcome to it. Also live at Vuma FM, Sowetan Live 1 and Rise FM. Hashtag MSW 060-708-0484, 060-708-0484. That is the WhatsApp voice note number. Use it on this day where there's, 36 days to go. Only 36 days to go before the FIFA Women's World Cup. And still talking about World Cups, 86 days to go before the Rugby World Cup. How are your preparations? Have you bought your tickets? Are you flying out? Or are you hoping to win a competition or another? Well, whichever way it is. I can tell you though, on the local front, 44 days to go before the Netball World Cup. And they do tell me that the tickets that were still remaining, selling pretty well. But all the South African match day tickets have all been sold out, which is a good sign. So keep supporting. And hopefully you'll be there attending. Let me tell you a little bit about some top stories making headlines in the world of sport. The world number one, Scotty Scheffler, is considering a switch of putter in a bid to improve his torrid time on the greens ahead of the US Open in Los Angeles. Now, Scheffler has enjoyed a stellar season on the PGA Tour, successfully defending his WM Phoenix Open title, claiming a dominant victory at the Players and also finishing no worse than 12th in each of his last 16 worldwide starts.
Yeah, good to be back. I have good memories of this golf course. I remembered most of the holes before we showed up this week, so that's kind of unusual for me. Usually I don't remember too much. So yeah, good memories of this place, and looking forward to a nice week. I feel good. I had a good off week at home last week, got some good rest. It's always important. Four weeks in a row is a pretty long stretch for me, especially being in contention most of those weeks, and so those weeks were definitely long, and I got some good rest last week. Yeah, I remember, I don't think I was playing the day that it was 78 yards during the Walker Cup, but 15 is one of those holes where you can kind of do whatever you want with it. It's really kind of a genius design with the way the green is, and I love those little short par threes. I think that's the way most par threes should be, just because there's opportunity for birdie and bogey, and I think they're good separator holes, and so we'll see what the USGA decides to do with that one this week. I was at the gym, and so I didn't really know what was going on. Still don't really have a clue. Yeah, so one of my big things is controlling what I can control, and so when I talk about golf swings, it's mostly that. Like if I hit a really good 7-iron and it doesn't turn out the way I want to, I do what I could, and if I hit a really good putt and it doesn't go in, I did what I could, and this is another one of those scenarios where I've been focused on preparing for this week, and that's something that's out of my control. And so I don't really know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm interested to see, because it does affect me, and so we'll see what happens. But like you said, I don't have a ton of control over that, and things are really starting to things are barely starting to take form with that whole deal. And so I really just don't know.
All right, Max Homer says that, like all the other players, he was taken by surprise by the blockbuster announcement last week that the PGA Tour, in the midst of a bitter antitrust lawsuit with the LIV Golf Circuit, and also having stood by its ground on legacy as well as the source of the LIV money, has agreed to partner with the Public Investment Fund, the PIF, the Saudi Arabian wealth fund that pays for LIV Golf. Now, Homer also added that he didn't have the time or the desire to learn more about the matter, and that he trusts the guys at the top doing what they are doing right now.
I know as much, if not less, than you, so I'm probably not able to make a real opinion. It's a lot to take in. It obviously took all of us by surprise. So yeah, it's just, at this moment, it is what it is. I look forward to maybe learning some more about it and what exactly the deal is. I was on the phone quite a bit that Tuesday with players and a couple meetings, pack meeting, whatever, and felt like I learned a ton, and then everybody was in every article in the world. So I don't think I am any more knowledgeable about this. So making my opinion is, I guess, ever changing. It's actually nice to be as confused as I am here, because I'm not really thinking about it anymore. I'm ready to just go play golf. Yeah, I tried, but then I guess I realized it's so complex. I need a lot more time than I was really willing to give to learn every in and out of it. So yeah, I guess I think we were all curious, and we're all, I guess, skeptical of things or whatever. But I trust the guys at the top doing what they're doing. But I guess I'm a lowly golfer here. I'm not a businessman. I don't really get how all of it works. And the more I've tried to learn, the more I've just gone in circles. So at some point, I just have to leave it up to them and wait for more information, I guess, to come out.
Right, while he's waiting for information to come out, the Australian batter Steve Smith says that he is targeting a first Ashes series win in England to take an achievement off his bucket list. Now, Smith is one of the most prolific Ashes run scorers of all time, but has not won on 3 previous visits to the UK. Now, in the series beginning at Edgbaston on Friday, Australia is going to be looking for their first win here in 22 years.
The cricket England have played the last 12 months has been really exciting. I've enjoyed actually watching from afar. I said initially it perhaps might be different coming up against our attack, but we'll wait and see, I suppose. But I think, we've been playing good cricket, they've been playing good cricket, so it makes for an exciting series, and looking forward to getting started in a couple of days' time. It's a huge part of it, isn't it? We're here to do our best, and like I said, personally, I'd love to tick it off my bucket list, so I know it's the same for a lot of the other boys in the room as well, so we'll give it a good hot crack the next few months, and it should be a great series. I think it's cool to see us all at the top of the tree, I suppose, in terms of the rankings, but I think those two in particular, the yards, the improvements they've made over the last 4 or 5 years have been exceptional. The way they've gone about their business, we all do it completely differently. Obviously, Trav comes out and plays very aggressively and takes the game on, and sort of see ball, hit ball mentality in a way, and Marnus and I probably think our way through situations a little bit different, but no, it's cool to see the hard work of those guys pay off and get themselves up there in the rankings. But we don't play, I know I don't, and those boys don't play for those reasons. It's to help the team have success, and I suppose the more runs we get and can stay in those rankings, it probably helps us out in terms of the team as well. So that's the important thing.
Right, moving on to rugby news now. The Springbok coach Jacques Nienaber is targeting one of Rugby World Cup warm-up games for the return to action of injured captain Siya Kolisi. Kolisi, who is going through his rehab after knee surgery, is in camp with the team in Pretoria, where they're preparing for the start of the Rugby Championship against Australia at Loftus on the 8th of July. Here's Nienaber, as well as SA Rugby Director of Rugby, Rassie Erasmus.
In terms of Siya, I think we mentioned it last time, is that Siya will stay our World Cup or our Springbok captain and captain for the World Cup until he's ruled out, until medically they say, listen, this guy will not make it. So he will stay there, and then we will use interim captains, and we discuss it with the players, and they know it's going to be like that. So we will use interim captains during the Rugby Championship. Pretty similar, I think, Percy, if you think what happened in 2019, Siya wasn't available for Rugby Championship, so he only started playing, I think, the last Argentina game here in Pretoria. He came off the bench, and then his first start was against Japan in the warm-up game. So, in terms of that, it's clear with the players, but we will use interim captain.
There's lots. There's even Kitchell. Both our hookers can be captain. You can have Eben as captain. You can have Peter Steff has been the Springbok captain. Dwayne has been the Springbok captain. Dwayne Dalemda has been vice captain. Lukanya has been captain at his franchises. So, again, in determining those first 2 matches, how we tackle those matches in terms of our strategy, we might have 2 different captains in the first 2 test matches, just because the Rugby Championship is so condensed in the Rugby World Cup year. And for us to fly with a team, and I don't think it's a secret that it's impossible almost to play Australia here, get on a plane, arrive there on a Tuesday morning, and I think it's almost disrespectful thinking you're going to arrive on a Tuesday and beat New Zealand, flying through those time zones, So we will definitely split our resources there, and that might also bring 2 different captains in play. And again, that's what we say. We'll explain that to the players, but we don't want to speculate now 4 weeks out from a first test match, because we're still sorting out injuries and things like that. And Andre is certainly one of the guys, but there's 7 guys who will help out at certain stages.
Right, still with Rassie Erasmus, though, he says that it wasn't his place to comment on the impending disciplinary process that Island captain Johnny Sexton may have to deal with following last month's Champions Cup final in Dublin. A Report newspaper reported that Leinster captain Sexton swore at South African referee Jaco Paper after the game, and also Leinster squandered the 17-0 lead to lose 27-26 to La Rochelle.
Yeah, I think my opinion would not change anything there. And like we are trying our best now. I think if you look at everything with the regulations that World Rugby being at, the disciplinary processes, when we tried with Nigel Owens, we really now trying to build this relationship and getting to understand fully how they see, perceive, understand. And, we're trying to get it right because we know we'll be changing parts of our game to adapt to the way the referees might interpret certain things because, we definitely understand. And as I said, I've put my hand up many times that that's not the way we can operate and win a World Cup. So to me to comment on that, which is totally against what we're trying to do. So
And in football news, though, Marcus Rashford has admitted that Manchester City completing the treble by winning the Champions League was a difficult moment for the Manchester United player. Now, the victory over Inter in Istanbul meant that City joined their rivals as the only English clubs to have won the league, the FA Cup, as well as European Cup in the same season. Well, a bruising moment for the Reds. Half of the city, of course, very, very painful indeed. He also added that the top footballers are being forced to play way too many games this season.
Listen, the players are going to push ourselves to the absolute limits, and I did say it's nothing new, so it's not a complaint or a dig. I'm just giving you my honest opinion, and I don't think it's correct. I think we need to be given more time to recover in between certain games. And at different stages of the season as well. To be honest, it's not nice, but at the same time, it's football. The best team that's consistently playing the best football is going to win the most trophies, and they've managed to win 3 this year, and well done to them. And obviously, we just move on now, and. It's up to them to keep it up, and it's up to the rest of us to try and catch them up. No, I think the players it's not the first time that this has happened. And, every time it has happened, every player's just been committed to England whilst they've been here, and that's what you have to do. You have to try and leave behind what's happening in your club career. Yeah, there'll be people doing stuff maybe. I don't know, I've not spoke to anyone about it, but... I don't think here's the time or place to do that. See, everyone speaks about the charity work. That's just the first bit of charity work that I allowed people to have info on. Yeah. So I've been doing charity work since I was 18. But this one was a little bit different because to make a change we needed other people on board.
And finally, back home, Sekhukhune United have confirmed the signing of Jamie Webber after his exit from SuperSport United. The 25-year-old has signed a 2-year deal with Babina Noko as they look to bulk up their squad with added quality for the CAF Confed Cup coming up next season. And he racked up 119 appearances for SuperSport United.
For me, the thought of joining Sekhukhune is stimulating. I am excited about learning new skills, although I am also aware that it will be a lot of hard work overall. I really enjoyed watching the team play last season, and I know that this will be a great move for me. The club is incredible, and the culture offers what I think I have been missing over the past few years. I feel so excited, and I'm ready for this. What you can expect from me is being a team player, being respectful towards coaches, backroom staff, as well as my teammates. Also my willingness to work hard, be accountable and take responsibility for myself and the team, and help the club accomplish the expected goals. I will always give 110%. Dear fans, I am very grateful to be here. You guys are an incredible source of inspiration and motivation. You guys help us do better on the field. I ask that you please continue supporting us, and we will surely do our best to help you not only enjoy watching us play, but share the joy of winning. I look forward to sharing this new chapter of my life with you all. and making it a huge success. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck, Jamie. Talking about success. The success right here in studio. When you come back, our guest.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
From Khayelitsha to Musina, our money crisscrosses the country, connecting communities. Now, our banknotes and coin look a little different, with upgraded security features and new designs celebrating our heritage. But don't worry, your trusted rands with the new designs and the older ones are still worth the same. So go on, use both with confidence. Our money, our pride. SA Reserve Bank, connecting us.
You know, birthdays are great, ne? We eat cake, blow out candles, and sing. But it's sad when you can only celebrate your birthday every 4 years. Mara, the life of a leap year baby is confusing. Imagine not knowing whether to celebrate your birthday on the 29th or the 1st, simply because your birthday chose not to come that year. It confuses those around you too. Your poor friends and family left to decide what to get an 11-year-old, 30-year-old. And when do you experience a midlife crisis, eh? When you're a teenager or later? Hi. It's not great being a leap year baby, but it's a life you're forced to lead and there's nothing you can do about it. Because life doesn't always give you choices, like choosing when you are born. But we do. With the option of 3 sides when you buy a lunch meal for only 69 Rand, the freedom to choose is yours. Chicken licking, soul food.
Whether your winter favorite is Gogo's lamb stew or a takeaway pizza, make any mealtime flavorful with Oros. Hurry to your nearest store, buy any 1 liter and 2 liter of your favorite Oros flavors, and you're guaranteed to win instant prizes like airtime, data, and meal vouchers. Check out our socials or in-store for more details. Competition ends 31 July 2023. Flavor up your mealtime with Oros.
Deal or No Deal is more than just a game show that everyone talks about. It's a game show that transforms the lives of everyday South Africans. To date, we celebrate more than 1 million Rand worth of cash prizes that Deal or No Deal has helped to change lives. You too could win up to 250,000 Rand in cash with me, Katlego. Simply SMS the word PLAY to 43066. Standard SMS rates apply. Catch Deal or No Deal on SABC1 at 7:30 p.m. and on SABC3 at 5:30 p.m. every weekday. Deal or No Deal is sponsored by Lotto Star.
Lotto Star is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
At Trilidor, we never stop innovating. Introducing the re-engineered Trojan retractable products and Griffin Guard security screen with state-of-the-art materials that deliver advanced Trilidor strength at a better price than ever before. Visit trilidor.co.za and explore the latest in home security. Trilidor. Strong, stylish, secure.
Thank you and deep respect, Clive, for everything you have done for our country.
Dr. Kumala, Dr. Victor Ramatisela, how my guest here tonight.
I mean, I was basically his confidant.
Yes.
You know, I say to people, when a player is a little bit off color and consistently so, and it was amazing that Clive would travel. Clive would get into his car and travel and deal with the players' issues. Clive, I was telling somebody that Clive would have dealt with Babgeld issues in that team. Robert, we've had ladies dumping babies.
No ways.
Tell me.
Ladies dumping babies at the hotel, in camp.
Correct. Correct.
No Nestam number 1, no purity, no nothing.
Sending heartfelt condolences to the Barker family and the football family across the globe.
Marawa and the team in your studio, Kanyile Ntembisa. Rob, see country enye funny team. Abantu bethu asiba celebrating. I was looking recently at Spusiso Zuma, I think 2 weeks back, as a Copenhagen. The way I respect on our corner there. But our own Clive the Dog Barker, youngsters don't even know about him. yet we are still referring to the best team as the team ka 1996. I wish this time around politicians involved or sports ministers bangayeka promises and do the right thing and honor the legend the proper way. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you so much indeed for that concern. I think it's a concern that's been voiced by many people as well. That South Africans, what they do is what they don't. And they never ever like to. Well, especially within the football sector, to honor, more especially the football players while they're still alive. But they'll flock in their thousands when a person is no more. So that's a serious issue that really needs looking into, because that's not how you operate. That's not how the global sporting world operates. And I think we need to do better. If you have any ideas as well, please be part of the conversation, because today we have a very special man who I never knew that he had an appetite for coaching. But, right now that's his direction. A lot of coaches are giving praise to him, even at this early stage of his journey. And I tell you this, you'll find very few noble and humble men in the game as this gentleman. Nomadic career with clubs such as Black Leopards. He's gone to SuperSport United. He's also played for Polokwane City. He's now cutting his teeth as a coach. And given the hunger and commitment that he showed as a player, there's no denying the fact that he will excel as a mentor. He's been roped in by his old coach, a father figure, a gaffer to him, Gavin Hunt, to help SuperSport United midfielders. So this, again, is a specialist field. He's not just coming in to coach. He's going to be a specialist coach. So underrated, yet extremely talented. I think everyone that's watched him play as an attacking midfielder, very lethal in the dead ball situations. And him returning to Matsatsanza as the under-19 head coach, and also serving as an apprentice with the senior team under the head coach Gavin Hunt, assisted by the man who was here the other day, Andre Aronsa, as well as goalkeeper coach Grant Johnson. So there's something good that's happening there with the utilization of former players at SuperSport United, and that is something that we can also celebrate here on the show. And I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. None other than, Javas. That's what they call him, Javas. Jabulani Maluleke. Good to see you, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to the listeners.
Was there anything that I said which was incorrect there? Because I'm excited for you. Firstly, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How much did it take for you to reach this decision? Or was Gavin the one, really putting the pressure to say, come on, boy.
I think it's from the love of the game that I have.
Yeah.
And since my playing days, we were in touch with Coach Gavin. Even back when I was playing for Polokwane City, he used to call and ask how's my stay there at Polokwane.
So that bond started then, and you always had faith and trust in him, I would imagine.
Yeah, since my playing days, when I was at Black Leopard.
So what was it about Gavin, though? What was he doing differently to others?
I think he's patient.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to put it, but he has played a big role in my life. Ever since I was still at Black Leopard, when he roped me into SuperSport. And I've learned so much from him under his guidance when I was still at SuperSport.
So it wasn't a tough decision for you to make?
I think when I retired, he gave me a call.
When you what?
When I retired from football.
You never made it public. So that is why, sorry, you're going to carry on with your sentence.
Yeah.
We still think you are not, because there was no official announcement.
Yeah, there was not the official announcement yet.
Why? So is this the official announcement that you've retired?
I think this is my first time on radio to say it live, that I've retired officially.
Well, that's why I almost fell off my chair, because I had not heard of this before.
I think I'm a person who lives a private life.
You can't be private in a public space like football, Jabulani Maluleke. Do you think when you go to the stadium, there's 0 people that are inside that stadium? There's thousands of us who go there to cheer you on. And when you retire, that is big news.
Yeah, it is. And till today, people are asking, what am I doing? Am I still playing? But I tell them that I'm now a coach.
Because you look like you can still play. I mean, you've always kept a healthy lifestyle. You've always kept fit.
If I can tell you a story, even at training, when Coach Andre and Coach Grant, when we playing maybe 11v11, they will ask if I can join in and play with the guys. So I do train with them, and they say I can give a season. But I feel like I've played my part.
So you don't think you can still contribute?
No, I think I've made up my mind with my family that it's time now to call it a quit.
But when did you make that decision? And what had happened for you? Because that's like a massive decision to make, given the illustrious career that you've had.
Yeah, after I came back from Venda Academy.
Right.
Then when the season finished, that's when I said, let me call it a quit. Because, in football, what I've realized is when you reach a certain age, people will call you names and all sort of things, understand that he's finished and what is he still doing. But I felt, let me leave the game while I'm still happy, and I've enjoyed.
But who would insult you by saying you finished?
You could hear, man, from people. So I didn't want to reach that stage where things are not going my way, because football is a funny game. It will not go my way, then there will be names and people calling you names. But I've just said, let me just call it a quit.
But you look emotional about it, like you're second guessing, like you're doubting if you say, you've done the right thing. Because when you say you've quit, this is not like boxing, where you can decide maybe in a year's time and be like George Foreman that you want to come back and carry on boxing. This is like finality.
I'm emotional because most of my teammates, they even now at SuperSport, for example, Gabuza, would come to me and say, "Hi man, ungadlala wena yazini, ungakora ngawo ungadlala." Yeah, because when we playing more solid games, I'm always on his side.
Yeah.
So I'm feeding him with goals, understand? So when people come to me and tell me how good and what I can do for this game, I get emotional because it's something that I love the most, you understand?
I know. I didn't want to... you came here for a different reason, but when you make an announcement like this on air, then I can't help but follow what you're saying. What do you miss the most, though, in terms of the game, the contribution you've made, the number of defenders you've dribbled and maybe gotten their pants torn as a result of the skills that you possessed? What do you think, as Jabulani Maluleke, you'll miss from the game as you bow out to it?
Yeah, what I will miss from the game is, first of all, the fans, the support that they gave me throughout, from the first contract that I've signed up until when I retired. That's all I will miss, and the smile that I used to put whenever I'm playing, because football is about having fun and showcase your talent. So there's a lot that I will miss in football, but I'm happy that now I'm still part of the football that I'm giving to the youngsters.
Any big regrets?
In my life, I don't live with regrets.
And in football? Because there's life and then there's a football life.
No, I don't regret in football. Whatever decision that I took that day, I think, from the first day that I walked out of my mom and dad's house in Shawela, going to Guyana, I don't regret anything because every decision that I took, my dad was part of it, and it went the way I wanted to be and how I wanted to be. Because there was a time when I set my goals saying, I think I still have that clip when I was interviewed, that I will reach 40 playing as a professional footballer, following the footsteps of Zuma, good man.
Following the footsteps of John Shoes.
Yeah. Those were my idol. Understand, people who I looked up to, and I would watch their games. More especially, olden days football was fun.
Hey, tell me about it. It was fun, but it was good.
Yeah.
There was a winning mentality. There was lots of fans at the stadium. Now you attend games where even if the coach is banned from the touchline, you can hear him screaming from the presidential suite because there's no fans. So it becomes very sad with that. What would you say, though? And I know I've spoken to you about this in previous interviews about lack of game time or lack of opportunity to be even called up to the national team. But what would you say has been your footballing highlight at whatever level of football that you've played?
First of all, to be given an opportunity to sign a professional contract.
Yeah.
And secondly was being part of the squad that went to Swaziland. That was called by Pizzo and we went to Swaziland and we won that tournament. Understand? So, and another thing is winning the league with SuperSport was one of the biggest thing that I will always cherish in my life.
Yeah.
Understand? And it came at the right time, where SuperSport was on roll, winning 3 times.
The league title back to back.
Back to back, yeah.
Making history.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the same team that would be. This is the same team that would be winning our SAA Super 8. You know.
Yeah.
Always in these finals, playing well.
At Bank.
Yeah. But I'll get to that when we come back from the break, though, with this new journey.
Yeah.
I think just to seal this conversation about this important decision that has been taken, what do you feel about Bafana Bafana today?
I feel that we don't have in football that hunger like before. The likes of Dr. Kuma, Lucius Mushueu, that hunger is no more there. We there for just to play and go home. Understand? But in that olden days, they used to play without fear.
Yeah.
They used to play with a smile on their face, enjoying the game. I think that part is missing in our football.
I know I'm asking the impossible question. Why do you think there is the lack of hunger?
It's hard to answer it, but I will try. I think the hunger comes with determination and the dedication and the love that you have for football. If you love football, I think you'll do anything to protect what you have. So I think now that hunger is no more there.
But I saw a post which obviously was very sad to read. On social media, I kind of reposted one of the clips when Bafana Bafana played against Cameroon. And, the Mark Williamses were scoring. Then there was a beautiful goal, one touch with Chipper, and from Chipper to Shoes, and then Shoes back of the net. And, people were saying, this was beautiful football, unlike... And they said it, which might be unfair, especially because they're going to be playing over the weekend, but we also got to be honest. They were like, unlike these Instagram models that we have right now, which is a sad indictment of where our football is. But for more conversation, Jabulani Maluleke.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
You can't afford insurance.
So many things can go wrong.
What if something happens?
Do what others say you can't with our flexible business insurance. Because with personalized and competitive quotes, flexible premiums, and a dedicated claims team, you can rest assured that the business you've worked so hard for is well protected. Start, manage, and grow your business at standardbank.co.za/rise above the noise. Standard Bank, it can be. Standard Bank is an authorized financial services and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Uninspired in winter, you're not alone. Perhaps it's time to take action with an inspiring smartphone, like the stylish, fast-charging Redmi Note 12 Pro. A great device for photographers on the go. Snap it up for only $269 per month, over 36 months on a 1.2 gig Red Core top-up plan. That means a saving for you of R1,080. Deal valid on new contracts till 6 July at Vodacom for You stores or vodacomforyou.co.za. T's and C's apply.
My family is worth a lot. Like my cousin, 131,000 rands. Or nephews, 100K and 90K. Hey, and my sister, 717,421 rands. They say family are priceless, but I disagree.
Serial killer Rosemary Ndlovu saw her family not as people, but payouts. Watch Rosemary's Hit List, a Showmax original documentary from the creators of Devil's Dorp, only on Showmax.
Psst. Welcome to your throwback. Let's go way back to Jan, when washing dishes to pay your restaurant bill wasn't a possibility. When the meal was so affordable, you drew a smiley face on the bill. Shh. Worry not, because you can now enjoy a real double deal when you order the calamari main for 150 rands and get another one free. Visit your nearest Ocean Basket from the 14th to the 23rd of June. It only gets better at OB, the home of seafood.
Celebrate Father's Day with Woolies. Get 30% off men's knitwear, sleepwear and slippers. Available in-store, online and on the app until 18 June. Don't miss out. T's and C's apply. Woolworths, the difference.
Hang on, I'm getting a video call. Hello? Hi, Bo, Coco. Since when do you video call?
Since now. I signed up with AfriHost and now your Gogo has Wi-Fi.
But who helped you sign up?
No one. AfriHost makes it easy. And with their simple payment methods like EasyPay and PayFast, I was online in no time. Now, what are you up to?
AfriHost. Kautete Gogo. Pure internet joy.
Thank you and deep respect, Clive, for everything you have done for our country.
Dr. Kumala, Dr. Victor Ramatisel are my guests here tonight. South Africans were still waiting and saying, but why? Had never gotten to a level of excitement in SA football. Then seeing Brazil looking like it's a Brazil from Katlehong and not the real Brazil until that substitution happened.
I just want to ask the Tokugutu, did they think Guta was tired?
Yeah, indeed. And obviously he was jet-lagged after a long flight. At some point he made one or two mistakes and Clive felt, hey, I think this guy is getting tired. And then Baji Bear. And he actually used the F word. I said, he's F-tired. He's F-tired.
So how do you feel?
I could tell it's a sub, but obviously a sub. I don't even look at the bench because no.
It's got nothing to do with
I even asked, I don't know who it was. Am I wearing jersey 15? That's how bad it was.
Sending heartfelt condolences to the Barker family and the football family across the globe.
Good evening, Marawa and Hosiamina Jabulani Maluleke. What a player, Marawa. What a humble individual. What a down-to-earth individual. I wish him all the best with Matsatsantsa SuperSport United together with his captain, Tabo September. All the best, my big brother.
Yeah, thank you so much indeed. Sending those WhatsApp voice notes. Jabulani Maluleke is my guest, having announced, he says, officially, he's never mentioned it on any radio station anywhere, that he is and has retired. I guess, which other radio station would you have been able to go to anyway?
Yo.
Don't worry. Don't answer. Don't answer. Because you know how people keep grudges. They'll be like,
No,
yeah,
you
you
put me
said
on the
this.
spot.
You said this on that show. So now we can't have you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, people. But hey, your homeboy, wishing you the best of luck. Maybe leading us to just, when I mentioned in the intro and I spoke about a specialist job that you've got now, we were chatting to Benny McCarthy just the other day. He's a specialist coach at Man United, coaching the forwards, the strikers. You know, well, he says at the end, he coaches basically everybody. So I suppose the same will happen with you, but you're specialist with you. Tell me about that.
I'm the coach of the under-19s.
Yes.
Juniors. Then for the first team, I do set piece with them. So after training, when they're done with Coach Gavin, I take most of the boys for free kicks.
Especially midfielders? Or
whoever is comfortable in. So,
but how do you know who's going to be comfortable? Who do you know is a good set piece taker?
So far it was Jamie Weber, to be honest.
He's gone to Sekukune. You heard what he was saying just now.
Yeah, I wish him all the best in his career. But I'm proud to say I've played a special part in him. Yeah, so even the boys at SuperSport, you know, it's not like the olden days after training. We used to stay behind, wrapping those free kicks.
Yeah.
Nowadays is when the whistle blow, we're rushing through to take a shower and go home.
Rushing to Shisanyam.
Yeah, so now after training, I will have the boys for quite maybe 15 to 20 minutes doing extras.
I've not been to your training sessions, but I would imagine that you've got all the equipment.
Yeah, I do.
You've got those
mannequins.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was looking for the English word. My English disappears on Wednesdays. So the mannequins are there.
Yes.
Are they the old mannequins or the new ones? But you know the new mannequins, when you kick,
the one
they
that
go up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we still have that old ones.
Okay, so you're going to put it in the budget that you want the ones.
I hope so.
They're listening right now.
Yeah.
So I'm making a budget speech for you.
No, we still have those old ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole idea, though, is that you've got better technology than you probably had. Because I'm sure at Black Leopards you didn't have such things.
No, we didn't have mannequins by then.
Yeah.
We would do extras without mannequins, just shooting straight to the goals.
So imagining. Because now, remember your defensive wall these days is restructured completely.
Yeah.
So you got a defensive wall that jumps up, but then you've got the extra man now who lies on
Down
the
on
ground.
the floor. Yeah.
So I'm not saying this to try and ridicule anybody. It's just to say you got to keep up with technology. You got to keep up with the latest trends so that your job is easier.
True that.
It wasn't like Ronaldo had a special Muti guy that he would go to make his free kicks go in half the time. It was that extra work. But also the usage of those mannequins helped his game after training.
Yeah, I think when you do extra, it helps you.
Yeah.
It becomes easier when you're going inside the field. You've got less stress. Like I always tell the guys that if one is taking a free kick, let me put it with me.
Yes.
Wherever I played,
Yeah.
if I take a free kick, I need no one around me. I just need to be alone. Because when we two or three standing there on the ball,
yeah,
the other one will come to me and say, then the other one said, I'm on
Yes.
Now I'm confused now where to take the ball. So when I'm alone, I've got so much time to think.
Okay.
I understand.
And this is on match day, not at training.
This on match day.
On match day.
This on match day.
So you don't want too many opinions because it's like a board meeting now telling you.
Yeah, someone says, I'm going jump.
Yeah.
No, I don't need that thing.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. I know where to take it.
Yeah, but you should have told them. You should have said, leave it to me because my name is Jabulani Maluleke.
Good evening, Rob. I just want to wish Jabu Maluleke all the best in his new role because for me, he's one of the most underrated players that we've ever produced in this country. And for him to be roped into the game clearly indicates that he has a lot to offer because he was very consistent as a player, gave his A game, a leader of note in the field of play. And for me, Rob, I will always remember him as that player who was very consistent in that Black Leopards squad that was very difficult to build at Thohoyandou Stadium. I think they had the likes of Mongezi Bobe, Tintswalo Shabalala, Rodney Ramagalela, and many other players that they were in that team. And I just want to wish him all the best. And I know that he will contribute immensely into our football based on what he has acquired as a player and as a leader of the teams that he has played for. Thank you so much, Tebogoye.
Tebogo, thank you very, very much indeed. Jabu Maluleke, you heard that's your response to Debza.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to hear such good words coming from him. And I think I will continue to do my best in my new adventure.
Because I see it as being a leader. Because we don't hear so many stories. And I was just praising Grant is there, Andre is there. I mean, I don't know who else hides behind the scenes, but just seeing those guys on television when you guys have a live game says to me, if this trend could continue on many levels, we'll be going far in this country. What do you think about that?
I think we need leaders in the game.
Yeah.
Leaders, I'm not saying about captain, to be a captain of the team. A leader should be a leader, 11 of the guys who are playing infield.
Yeah.
Understand? You don't have to depend on one person to lead you. Because it starts from the keeper, coming to the defense, middle fielder, to the strikers. If you can be together as one, then we'll achieve more.
And who was talking the other day about fighting? It was Rulani Mukwena who talked about, just after winning the league championship and they came here, I think Sipo was mentioning, and I think everyone just contributed, and they said they fight a lot. And when you hear that, people think, it's a fist fight, and yet it's about fighting based on each and everyone's hunger and desire to do better. And if you don't have that mentality, and I can imagine how many different opinions, Gavin's very animated, he's here, he's angry with the ref or angry with the fourth official. But the bottom line is, he has a vision for the club, and look at how well the club did with no resources, no real so-called big-name players that were there.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, how you guys finished was crazy. So tell me about just that contribution from everybody that is there with the team.
Yeah, I think lately, people, when I've been told to do certain things inside the field, they take it personal. Like if I can tell you to go and mark, or go right, go left, you're thinking of maybe I've got something with you, understand? But I'm guiding you, understand? That's what I've learned throughout my captaincy at Polokwane, that I had to lead, and whoever I tell must not take it personal.
They don't want to be told today.
Yeah, because inside the field we fight a lot.
Yeah.
Like I always tell people, let's fight throughout this 90 minutes. Then we can be friends outside football.
I look at a Pep Guardiola and I see him being interviewed after the Inter Milan game. And almost immediately, they who are interviewing him want to take him and start talking about next season. And they say, you've won now, you've won the treble, everything is wonderful. When you start looking at next season, they say, don't tell me about next season.
Yeah.
He says, right now, we've just won the Champions League. We have won the Champions League, the most difficult thing to win in the world. Football. Yeah. Now, allow us to go and celebrate. And you saw how they were celebrating. The images have been all around the world about what they're supposed to be doing. So in the end, for me, it's a case of that's a coach that knows how to manage his team, how to manage the collective, because that collective, hey, maybe you can help me with this.
I think you said something important when you said manager. That's a manager, not a coach.
Yes.
Because in South Africa, we call coach. Should be called managers. How to manage players.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. It's not like you're a coach, you're a manager. You should know how to manage players.
And if people are a bit confused, I had a rare experience of having been, to Carrington when Carlos Queiroz was there working with Sir Alec Ferguson. And I think that's a clear example of what you're describing. Is I only saw Alec Ferguson go to the training field once when he oversaw something, but the coaching was being done by who? Was being done by the assistant coach, Carlos Queiroz. And that is what Carlos Queiroz has brought into his coaching or his managing when he's either with Egypt or any other national team where he brings Roger de Sá. So you'd find that at AFCON, it wasn't Carlos who was coaching, it was Roger who was doing the coaching.
Yes.
And Carlos was doing the managing. And there's a big difference with the two. So an important point.
Hi Robbie unathi sishawela Black Legend. Uphethe yaseKaSlam ke lapha. Uma vocha bafeature. I know he's a legend, like fully you'll empower like Ikasi. There's a lot of talent la Ikasi. So hopefully we'll see like these young boys playing for SuperSport since we have someone who aligned. Phela manje like mangabheka Robert ibola selinjalo. It's about who's closer to in like those boys to professional football. They end up quitting football because there's no opportunities. We don't see any scouts anymore. Mara bakhona bamavoche kasi hayi into nesibhala kuzokhuphuka ziye SuperSport.
Oh man, I mean, when you get a call with such a positive energy, I know he's putting pressure on you. He's saying, hey, now that you're at SuperSport, there's great opportunity. But how would you respond to that?
I'm happy to see football is back in my hometown, Shawela. As they call it, Shawela is the country. Because lately there's been football. Boys are playing football now. Yeah, even this past weekend there was a tournament. And I'll be there over the weekend to see and check out the boys.
Nice. I mean, I love that because I would have imagined... so many tweets though, but I'll try and read one or two. I mean, just talking about that, I go back to the Bay Hill tournament.
Yeah.
That would have taught you a lot. I mean, you guys got past the group stages, beat Clover FC 3-1.
You could have seen me first game that we played.
Yeah.
And the first game was crucial. We drew. The way I was so hard on them, understand, they needed that things to push them. Then come the next game, things were flowing.
So they put the toughness in you.
Hey? Yeah, I had to. Because like Coach Tabo used to say that, hey, when I'm at soft to fall into
yes.
So I had to
man up.
To man up and put those, to be strong enough.
Yeah.
Understand? Then things started to shape up. We were just unfortunate to be knocked out at the semis.
Yeah, but that 3-1 was very, very convincing, and it showed again the kind of human being you are. Willie Senama says that what a disciplined player that you got in the studio. Always hated it when he was punishing Pirates. I wish him all the best. Hey, Mahlala Hey, this Mahlala is a problem. How do you say it in English? Mahlala is the sit down, which is called in sport retirement. Please don't ever retire your voice because we love conversations to do with football with you. All we wanted to say is congratulations. I mean, we see what you're doing. You need encouragement and everything of the best, Jabu. I know you're always available for us on this show.
Always.
And we truly appreciate you, superstar.
Thank you for having me, Rob, and thank you to the listeners.
Thank you very, very much indeed. The one and only Jabza Maluleke.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live. In 3, 2, 1. On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.